This will sound bad, but I've lost millions of dollars.
We were talking about the signs.
Yeah.
So, do you believe in signs?
Not really. I mean, I know there's a Chinese zodiac and there's American signs. I know some people really believe in them. I don't really believe in signs too much, but I do think there's a lot of coincidence. Like when I read the Chinese zodiac and like, oh, that's my personality or whatever. So I think there is some truth to that.
I agree with you. We actually say that we are now finishing the snake year in the Chinese zodiac, and it is starting a new sign that is the horse.
Yes.
So the snake year was like for letting things go, so a lot of things, relationships, situations, diet, to allow to another ones, a new ones to born.
Okay.
And they say that the horse year, because the horse are very sensitive, you know, they feel the emotions, they feel when you have fear, they feel that when you love them. So it's going to be like the year to manifest what you really are. It's not going to be time to be fake.
Manifest what you really are. I like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so what did you give up last year? Last year was a year to give up some things. What did you give up?
I give up some relationships.
Oh, okay.
It was sad, but I believe it was also important. It was part of my growth.
I told you though, I'm already taken, Andrea. I'm sorry.
And I also let go about some beliefs.
Okay.
I think sometimes it's important to let go about some limited beliefs.
Limiting beliefs, I agree.
That doesn't allow to expand ourselves.
Yes.
So I think those two. How about you?
The only thing I really gave up last year was, I don't know if I gave up anything, but what I do believe is last year was a very challenging year for me. One of the most challenging years I've had. For the last 3 years, I've lost, this will sound bad, but I've lost millions of dollars. And it's been very challenging, very, very difficult. But the best thing that ever happened to me actually was during that time, because my children, my 2 boys who are helping me run my business, they have become men. I love to see them just run and have passion and just start building their businesses. And so I feel so grateful, because now I feel like they're men. They can take care of themselves. They can take care of their spouses and their future spouses. So I'm very excited about that for sure.
Yeah, that is great. That is great.
So that was 2025 for me. 2026 is a year I feel very optimistic, because I feel like the economy is starting to pick up a little bit. I know this past week's been horrible. The stock market's been horrible. Crypto market's been absolutely horrible. But I think this year we have a lot of opportunities. And so I'm excited about 2026, you know?
I am agree with you.
Yeah.
So
Cheers
for the new year with the new possibilities for everybody.
So we're here in El Tesoro Mall, right? Actually, we're here at a 5-star restaurant. You could never tell, because this view is like incredible. It's like a 5-star restaurant view. But we're actually at a mall, right? So this is a mall that probably the nicest mall in Medellin.
Yes, it is. Tesoro is definitely the nicest mall in Medellin. Has beautiful views. It's very open, so very fresh. Has very nice stores.
Yeah. So all these little restaurants that you see around are whatever you feel like. So we're having some chicharrones and some plantains and other things, but whatever you feel like, there's different kiosks that serve different things. So that's really nice.
It is really nice.
Yeah.
It has a lot of experiences, and here you have different options to eat. So you have tacos, you have hamburgers, you have sushi, you have bounce. And I really love this place. I come very often here with my friends. And for example, Friday, Saturdays, it turns very nice, because they have a live DJs, a live music, and also very nice cocktails.
Yeah.
What is your favorite cocktail, John?
I don't drink. believe
You
it or
don't
not.
drink?
No,
Oh,
I
really?
drink sodas. So
Oh, so all the time you're doing me jokes with the cocktails.
I don't really drink. I love coffee, so I drink coffee. The only thing that I enjoy that's not really good for me is I smoke cigars. But outside of that, I don't really do alcohol that much. I'm allergic to it. It's
Really?
every once in a while in a social event I'll have something, but it doesn't like me very much. I get very sick, so I try not to drink very much.
I get it. I get
How
it.
about you? What's your favorite?
I love margaritas. Margaritas could be one of my favorite.
Yeah, margaritas.
And I also like gin tonics. But I don't drink that much neither.
Okay.
Like once in a while, a glass of wine, a cocktail. I used to drink more in when I was younger, but now not that much.
Okay.
Yes.
I like the taste of mojitos, but I think that's a woman's drink, so people make fun of me if I drink that. In America, I think people like whiskey and bourbon, and that's what men drink. You know, they smoke cigars and drink bourbon, but yeah.
I just smoke a cigar drinking mojitos. This is very Cuban style.
I smoke cigars and drink a Diet Coke. That's what I do. But anyway, we're enjoying this mall. I know one of the things we talked about was investing real estate, and I do want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of that.
See?
I think the pro that I mentioned before was, you know, you get to invest in a different country outside of your own for diversification, which is great. I also think the appreciation of Medellin is spectacular. What do you think the average appreciation has been over the last 5 years?
10%.
10% a year, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
very consistent, I think.
Very consistent, and I think there are some areas like Provenza, for example, that have more appreciation than that.
I agree. So the appreciation here has been spectacular because of all the foreign investments that's been coming in. And so it's been going up 10% every year. So in the United States, as you know, we haven't had that. Over the last 2 or 3 years, it's remained flat and it's gone down. So when the U.S. market has gone down, Colombian market, Medellin market has gone up 20%, 30%. So it's been really nice to have diversified into this market. What I was talking to Santiago about earlier was the only downside to investing in Colombia is you need cash. And so in the U.S., when you're using other people's money and you're using the bank, you can leverage the bank and then get that with that low, even with the higher interest rate, somebody else is paying for your mortgage. And so with very little investment, you can buy a property and it goes up. Whereas here, you need minimum 250,000, I think, to invest here.
More or less.
Maybe 200,000, but you need at least 200,000 if you want to buy something. More likely, you need 300,000, 400,000 if you want to buy something nice, right?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that is like a restriction of the market, definitely, John. Like we don't have loans for foreigners. But I have a question for you. I'm curious, maybe if a foreigner is interested to buy here, they will be able to get a loan in the U.S. and bring the money here?
No, you can't get a loan, but what you can do, a lot of people decide to get a home equity line. So let's say you have a home already and your house value is $1 million, and let's say your mortgage is at $300,000, you have $700,000 in equity, right? So you can get up to $800,000 total, or about 20% less than what your total value is. So in this example, you go up to $800,000. So if you owed $200,000 or $300,000, you can pull out $400,000 or $500,000 cash, and because it's a loan, there's no tax, and then you can invest that into Colombia. That's a really good idea. And so now you have your home value going up in America or whatever country you live in, and then you have the value here going up. I think the intrinsic value that people don't think about when they're investing here in Colombia is not purely for money. If it was purely for money, I think there's better investments. But where people invest here is because they love to live in this culture. They love the experience of Colombia. They love the people. They love the weather. and they want to come visit. So if you want to come visit, why visit in somebody else's Airbnb? You can visit in your own Airbnb. And when you're not using it, somebody else is paying for it. So that was the allure of why I wanted to invest here in Colombia. Yeah.
I agree. I think beyond numbers, Medellin has many other things to offer. Like the weather, the weather we have is eternal spring, the quality of life. Well, look this, we are here in a Thursday afternoon, enjoying the city, enjoying the view. We also have an amazing healthcare system, which not everybody knows about that, but I think it's interesting for the people that, for example, wants to retire here, because we have amazing doctors and it's a low price system. I believe, and it's something beyond the things that you can tax, that you can touch. The energy of Medellin is very special.
Yeah.
So it's an energy that heals you. So some people, I feel when some of my clients, they come here and they stay here for a while, their moods change, they feel more healthy, with better energy, and that is something priceless,
100%. And I think that's so crucial. I made a video this morning, and it made me feel so good because the sun was up. And I was thinking to myself, in America, where my sister lives in New York, it's freezing. Where my boys are at in Kansas and in Oklahoma City, it's freezing. In Seattle, it's wet and freezing. And here I am enjoying 72 degrees of perfect weather, right? The weather's changed, right? Like in the last few minutes, all of a sudden the clouds came in. It got a little bit darker, it got a little bit windier. And you just never know. This is Medellin. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's cloudy. Unfortunately, I didn't bring a jacket, so if it rains really hard, I'll be riding like this. But I love it.
That's exciting about Medellin.
Yeah.
And what is funny? I always find that the weather is a topic to break ice in the conversations everywhere here. So everybody's like, what is going to happen in the next 5 minutes in our weather? Did you bring our umbrella? It's been raining a lot. It's been doing so hot. And another funny thing is, like here, when the weather changes like 2 or 3 Celsius, we are very extreme on the feeling. Yeah. So we say, oh my God, it's so cold. But
Mucho frío.
Mucho. Very exaggerated. We are very exaggerated. That's funny.
That's great.
Sí.
So tell me about the different kinds of investment opportunities here in Medellin. I know we talked a little bit about apartments, but I know there's new construction. There's different ways to invest in new construction. There's different areas. What are some things that's going on that's really popular these days with what you've seen?
So there are a lot of new constructions in the city, and the attractive thing of that is that you can enter at the point, for example, when the listing is just starting. So you can have a very good price and wait for the appreciation of that apartment.
Yeah.
And or apartment or development, and you don't have to wait. You don't have to pay all that front. So that is another option. For example, for the people that doesn't have the money all up front, they can just buy a pre-construction. So in those pre-construction, you can pay the 30% of the payment in 2-3 years while the project is developing. And then when they give you the project, you pay the 70% rest.
Yeah. So I think that's a very interesting point because it depends on the project. Some projects require a certain percentage down. And depending on how long that project is, you can make monthly payments, right? And then when the project is completed, you pay the balance. So it allows somebody to be able to make monthly payments, allow somebody to start saving their money to buy something bigger, but they can get started with something much smaller, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that is a very good option. And since the Medellin is growing every day, you can find very, very interesting options in that sense.
Yeah.
For Airbnb daily rentals, for example, there are many options that you can invest. Also, you can invest in many models, not just only buying your own title, but you can invest, for example, buying some sharings on the project, or buying how do you say, fideicomiso. I don't know how to say this in English, but bueno, there are many figures right now that are getting very popular, because what happened is also that not everybody has, for example, $100,000 or 150 to 100,000 US dollars to invest here. So if you want to enter to the market, you can also do it, let's say, with 20,000 US dollars, 30,000, and have a profit every month to be here in the city. Even if you invest like it was something like 45,000 US dollars, you can apply for a visa here as an investor, but not real estate investor, but something
Business
like
investor.
business investor.
That's right. I mean, the thing I really liked about going back to what we were talking about, putting a small down payment and being able to pay for 2 or 3 years, depending on how long the project is. The beautiful thing about that is, let's say you buy the property and the property's 1 million pesos. Well, what happens is you're locking in at that price of 1 million pesos and you're making payments for 3 years. But 3 years from now, maybe that house now is 1.2 million pesos, right?
Oh, yes.
And that happens all the time.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, as soon as you take ownership of the property, if you don't want it, you can sell it and make a profit. So it's a really great opportunity to invest without having all the cash up front.
It's true.
So there's
It's true.
multiple opportunities here, whether you come in with all cash and
true.
decide to Airbnb on a daily rental, or you decide to, buy something and make monthly payments, and then 2-3 years from now, when the project is finished, you have investments. There's many options, and that's
It's
what's
true.
beautiful about working with somebody like Andrea, because you can teach them and walk them through all these different options that they have.
I
Yeah.
agree. See, thank you for making this possible. We are creating a very good team here right now, and we are getting ready to receive all of our clients and show them all these possibilities of investment, so they really choose what they really want to do.
Yeah.
Right now, precisely, I have a client. He's from Atlanta, but he lives in Dallas. And he bought a pre-construction project a year ago in Ciudad del Rio. Ciudad del Rio is a very nice location. It's inside El Poblado, but it's in the flat area. So you are literally by the Medellin River, and you have everything by the hand. Like you have the Museum of Art, you have a lot of coffees, restaurants, you have healthcare systems over there, you have Ibis Hotel. Well, everything is by the hand. So he bought this project about a year ago, and now he's selling it. The project hasn't been finished yet. It's going to be ended up finishing this year, at the end of the year.
Okay.
So he's selling it right now with 15% of appreciation.
It's not even finished, but there's 15% appreciation,
Exactly.
and he's able to exit and get his money out and make money.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Sí,
Right.
sí.
So there's lots of opportunities here for sure. And that is the different things you can take a look at is, what does my budget look like? What's my goals? And then if you share all of these things with Andrea, we can put together a great plan. The one thing I do want to mention real quickly is we'll probably do a tour with Andreas Properties, but he's also working on some projects that's totally, it's like a share of a hotel kind of, right? It's like a share of a whole project.
Sí.
You get a percentage of all of the units, and you get to own a percentage, like 2%, 4%, however much you want to buy. So and the reason why I mentioned that is because there are so many different options. It really is, it's up to the imagination. Whatever you can do, whatever you have, whatever you are interested in, whatever you feel comfortable with, that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
Come and experience, right?
Sí, I agree.
Yeah.
Super. We are connected, John.
Cheers.
You're my soul.